Today we're going to talk about Australian style decor. G'day, I'm Aussie Tobes. I'm a bold Australian interior designer. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel. If you like the content, hit the notification bell, like and subscribe. Thanks very much. So, how can you incorporate Australian style decor into your home? Well, first of all, you need to know that there's 4 themes that go with Australian style decor. The first one is flora. So we'll be looking at Australian native flowers, native shrubs, native trees, and the like. The second theme is fauna. So looking at Australian animals, the 2 main animals that come to mind for everybody are, of course, kangaroos and koalas. As most of you know, there's more animals in Australia than just kangaroos and koalas. The third theme are landscapes. So landscapes anywhere from the outback to the beach to the tropics to the hinterland to the mountains to the bush. Many landscapes that Australia has because it's so varied and diverse, which is fantastic. And the fourth theme for Australian style decor is storytelling. The storytelling that we have in our country, whether it's fiction or non-fiction. For example, of storytelling that we have could range from Aboriginal First Nations storytelling to bushrangers storytelling. It could be also children's books such as Possum Magic or Snugglepot and Cuddlepie. There is so much diverse history in this country. It's absolutely fascinating and it shows in our decor. So now that I've covered off on that, how can you incorporate it into your house? First of all, it accommodates all budgets. And that is something really positive. You can make it as cheap as you want or you can make it as expensive as you want. What sort of decor are we talking about here? So, coasters, coffee mugs, placemats, duvet covers, lampshades, artwork, curtains, cushions, linen, and calendars. A lot of people underestimate the power of calendars as a form of decor in your home. I'm actually surprised, and this is no criticism to the interior design industry, but we don't use calendars. Whenever we do designs, people never put calendars in. I think I'm a calendar person. I love calendars. Because I find the thing I like about calendars is you have them for the year and it's always fresh. I think one thing that unites our country together is Australian style decor. It doesn't matter what background you're from, it's really lovely and I think it brings everybody together. My mother one year, she's such a clever woman, she made a Christmas wreath out of Australian eucalyptus leaves. And I was saying, oh my gosh, that is so clever. And that was just from the backyard because we had that many eucalyptus trees around us. And they were just always dropping branches and leaves and branches and more leaves and gum nuts and whatnot. And she made this most beautiful wreath. And everyone's just like, oh wow, that is so cool. And another time we had an Aussie Christmas tree. And what she did was she got some branches of one of the eucalyptus trees and she just put it into a pot. And then the way she decorated with, the Christmas baubles and things like that on it. Then she went to an Australian souvenir shop and bought all these little koalas. And she put the little clip-on koalas, these tiny little clip-on, it's like you can buy 20 clip-on koalas for $15 or something. They're really cheap and they're made in China. And they are very popular with international tourists when they come to visit Australia. So she got these little clip-on koalas and she put them all over this Australian Christmas tree. And it was great. It was so lovely. But it was so, even more funny, our cats at the time would jump into this tree and they would climb up this branch or tree, this Australian Christmas tree, and they would pull the koalas off with their mouths. And you'd have this cat with a koala in its mouth. It was the funniest thing. It just looked hilarious. But that's another example of sort of doing it on a budget. You don't have to have lots of money to make Australiana work. You'd be surprised how easy and accessible it is. It is the most transitional decor style in Australia. I can't tell you how much it just goes well with everybody's homes. You can make it as minimalist as you want, you can make it as maximalist as you want. That is a massive blessing. People have no idea how good Australiana is. I love it, or Australian style, if you want to call it that. Some people will argue and say, oh no, Australiana is separate from Australian style. I would say, no, 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 they're actually the same thing. But it's a very affordable way to make your house look more Australian. And it joins us all together, it unites us. It's the one thing, irrespective of your political views, what you agree or don't agree with in this country, I think it's one thing that unites us. I think we should be really proud of living in Australia and the Australiana that we have around us. I love it. I absolutely love it. It makes me happy when I see people with Australian style bedspreads on their beds. Cool. When I see Australian mugs, I think cool. When I see Aboriginal artwork, I think cool. When I see landscapes, I think cool. It's so much fun. And you can also make it as colourful or as neutral as you want. You can be bright or neutral or bold or restrained, whichever one, whatever you want to do. There's something out there for everyone. And so your homework is going to be looking around your house and comment below and tell me, well, what's Australiana in your house? And what's something Australiana you could put into your house? Another thing as well with Australiana, it makes great gifts for everybody, whether they're in Australia or overseas. So I hope I've given you some inspiration on how you can incorporate Australiana into your home. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.